going on, everybody? Back with you, and I'm very excited to be at Wooboi Hot Chicken with Chef Minwoo out here in Herndon. Now, I first saw you guys at a festival in Maryland.
Right.
And I am very, very skeptical about hot chicken claims. Having been in Tennessee for 7 years, I've had a lot of hot chicken.
Okay.
And since I've been back in D.C., I've seen lots of places tell me they were doing hot chicken,
right.
only to give me fried chicken with hot sauce on it or
Yep.
something in the batter, and none of them were hot chicken.
Yep.
So when I saw you guys, I said to my friend, I'm going to give them a shot. There's no way it's hot chicken. And then I tried it, had a bite. This might be hot chicken. Had a couple more bites. This is actually hot chicken. Finished my sandwich off. It was definitely hot chicken. I may have gotten a second and shared it with my friend and told him he had to try it because it was legitimate hot chicken.
Yep. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah.
So how in the world did you get into hot chicken, and why hot chicken in Herndon?
Very, very funny story, actually. The same thing. There are a couple places around here that claim they have hot chicken. And when I tried it, it was as you said, fried chicken with maybe Nashville, not even, actually most of the time it's Louisiana style hot sauce most of the time, which is even sort of crazier. But so then I actually went to Tennessee, and then I went to other places that sold hot chicken. I went to a place in LA called Howell and Ray's. Have you ever heard of that? A really popular place, and they serve a really, really good version of the hot chicken. So I sort of fell in love with that concept, and sort of just took it from there and ran with it, you know. And then here we are now I own a restaurant. I'm 24 years old, and
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 24, y'all.
Yeah.
24. So you started off doing some events, like I saw you at the festival,
right.
And you've moved here. Tell us a little bit about that. Like
so actually, in the beginning, I started off doing bento boxes, doing like little packaged lunches.
That's great.
Yeah, I used to do like Korean food and stuff like that. But I sort of found that, actually I was born in Boston, and I actually don't. Even though I eat Korean food all the time, I don't actually know how to make it very well. So I sort of figured that out. So in the end, I actually went to culinary school, and I trained, classical French food mostly. And then I actually had a really good chef, like a sort of a mentor at the school, that taught me about the magic of fried chicken. And I just sort of fell in love with it. I know about tons of different styles of fried chicken, and Nashville hot chicken is my personal favorite. So that's sort of the reasoning behind why I chose this.
Bostonian making incredible hot chicken.
Yes, sir.
So how did you end up here? How did you end up in Herndon?
So actually, my mother is friends with a gentleman who sort of recommended this place. So it was like sort of like a mutual friends. The previous owners of here owned this place for I think 22 years.
Oh wow!
And they were ready to retire. So so through my mother's mutual friend, they introduced us, and they wanted us to sort of take over this place. So they gave us, a good spot. They told us a little bit about the town. I went to many places around here, and I just absolutely love this town. So that's sort of why I think this would be like this would be the great place to sort of set up shop, or my first restaurant, and sort of, do things from there.
So they're about to open and get their rush, so I can actually smell the chicken right now, and my saliva glands have already started going just from the smell of it.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about developing the recipe. Like, it is not an easy thing. We've all had some pretty horrible hot chicken.
Exactly. So actually, our chicken, I shouldn't even say that's specifically Nashville hot chicken, because we use some Ethiopian spices, and we actually even use some Korean spices too. A little bit of I'm not gonna say the secret recipe.
No, don't do that. You gotta come try it.
Yeah. So it's sort of like there's ingredients in there that I learned from culinary school. Some ingredients that I learned from like my past and things. So and I'm proud with the recipe now. So it tastes very, very good. So whoever, you should try it.
So that's actually what I was going to ask you about, because when I tried it, this is legit hot chicken.
Right.
But this is different.
It is, yeah.
There's some stuff in here.
Yeah.
And exactly. I figured some of it had to be some Korean flavors.
Yep,
but the
exactly.
Ethiopian, that's putting some
Ethiopian, right?
connections
exactly.
there in my head.
Right.
This is a little bit different than ordinary hot chicken.
Right.
Still in the genre.
Right.
But a nice spin. And I find that, to me, the best food I've ever had is when somebody takes something that we think we know, and they put that little twist on it that just makes it mind-blowing.
Totally agree with you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, mention how you got to the recipe, how you got into this spot, how it's been going so far. I know you guys have been doing some soft opens. You're looking at the grand opening coming up right now.
Yes. So yeah, we had a lot of good sort of traction. So we only had 2 soft openings so far. Today's are going to be our 3rd. In those 2 soft openings, we had like lines out the door the entire way through. And on our soft opening, I got a lot of messages from like local Instagram pages, even really big names. Maybe I don't know if I have permission to name them, but yeah. So we, and honestly, like I owe it all to the community, to be honest with you, because this is a great town, and I couldn't have done it with my awesome staff and my parents especially, and sort of. I'm very fortunate to be here. I got to be very, very thankful for that. So.
Well, there are lots of people excited. I know anybody who's had real hot chicken,
right,
and then had hot chicken
right.
is very excited.
Right.
If you've ever had hot chicken, you've never had real hot chicken anywhere in the DMV, you definitely need to come out here and try. I'm excited to get my mouth wrapped around one of these sandwiches. So you guys are open. You've been through the process of a build out and putting the whole space together. What are some of the lessons that you've learned from that process of going from doing those events and the bento boxes to having a full built out space now?
Yeah, so originally we were going to do a food truck, and then I sort of found that you need a permit for like every street in DC, and then it's very, very difficult to do that, and it's very, very expensive. People think that doing a food truck is much cheaper than doing a brick and mortar, but really, like, they're about sort of the same. And I would suggest to everyone out there that for your first location, that you should try to not like rent out, but buy the space. I think that's much, much better. Yeah. So.
You would not believe the number of restaurant owners that I work with and talk to who say that exact same thing.
Right,
I think everybody who watched The Founder on Ray Kroc is now like,
oh, yeah, exactly.
That makes so much sense.
Right.
Man, thank you so much for talking to me. I'm really excited to have some more of your ridiculously good Nashville hot. Oh, I'm not going to call it Nashville hot chicken. I'm just going to call it
hot chicken.
Wooboi Hot Chicken.
Okay, yeah, Wooboi Hot Chicken.
Because it's hot chicken, but it's different than any hot chicken you've ever had.
Right.
So thank you so much for talking to me.
All right, I appreciate it.
Guys, if you want some hot chicken, if you've had hot chicken, if you've never had hot chicken, come out to Reston and try Wooboi, because their hot chicken is legit. See y'all later.